Buying a property in any country can sometimes be a very long and overwhelming process. This is especially true when you are buying a property outside of your own country.
We've been helping people to purchase property in Portugal, and here are some common mistakes we've seen happen that we will be sharing with you today in this video. So hopefully you can avoid making them.
Before we get started, we kindly ask that you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It really helps our channel out and allow us to continue sharing videos like this with you every week.
The first mistake that we want to share with you is that a lot of people think that they don't need a lawyer. And this is a crucial mistake because property rules, laws, and regulations are complex. And without an experienced lawyer on your side, you can easily get yourself in trouble.
We understand wanting to save money on legal fees, but this can end up costing you much more than the lawyer fees. When purchasing property in Portugal, as with any country, it's imperative that everything is done properly.
A lawyer would ensure you have completed and submitted all the necessary documents and that all your ducks are in a row, so the notary will accept to proceed with the deed.
And in Portugal, especially in the countryside, many of the properties are inheritance, which means that sometimes you're dealing with multiple owners of the same property. For example, we once helped our client to buy a property that had 12 heirs.
Yes, 12. And some of them lived overseas, some were born already outside of Portugal, so they didn't even have a NIF number, which is a fiscal number, and some were even heirs of heirs. And as you can imagine, it was a lot of work to get all the paperwork sorted and to ensure the property was ready for the transaction. It was definitely a team effort that involved us, the lawyers from both sides, the seller agents, and obviously the buyer. And at the end, everything went well and we managed to close the deal for our client.
Additionally, when it comes to older properties that have been passed down by generations, we often need a lawyer to help to go through the entire family tree to ensure the paperwork of the property is up to date and ready for changing hands.
Another important thing that you definitely need your lawyer's help with is to perform the legal due diligence for the property, to make sure that the property you are purchasing has no hidden debts or the sellers are actually the owners of the property and have no limitations or disputes for selling the property.
Mistake number 2. Thinking you can apply the same rule when purchasing property in Portugal as in your own country.
This is very common. We hear this quite frequently, and we see the reason for many people wanting to buy land because they want to build on it, thinking that the bigger the size of the land, the more they can construct. And not knowing that in Portugal this is definitely not the case. All the land here has a different purpose and you can only build on what is considered an urban plot. Even so, each urban plot has a maximum allowed construction area that you cannot exceed in most of the cases.
This also applies to adding an annex or a second floor on top of the existing construction. As general guidance, when you see listings online that mention it's possible to build an additional floor or in-ground pool, take this with a pinch of salt.
Being too persistent or assuming money can solve all problems, it's the mistake number 3.
While it's important to be decisive in this process, being too eager or even desperate to close a deal can work against you sometimes.
In Portugal, it's common for paperwork to take longer than what you may used to, and it's important to have patience and ensure everything is done right. If documents of the property that you want to purchase are not ready, it can take time to get all of them sorted out.
Usually the city hall, tax authorities, and registration at the conservatory are involved in such procedures, and many things can only be done sequentially.
They can each take time to process the paperwork, and definitely we do not have such a thing as express service.
Other factors to look out for include if the owner of the property you're interested in behaves in a very hesitant and erratic way. They will accept your offer at the beginning, but not come up with the property documents or try to adjust terms afterwards.
In this case, it probably will just be a waste of time and money in the end, and it would be wise to move on and explore other options rather than desperately close the deal at any cost.
Because in this case, usually they're toying with different offers or just testing the market. From our experience, the bottom line is that if you cannot trust the seller, it's better to walk away. There are other properties in the market.
Definitely. Mistake number 4 is actually the opposite of the third one. In this case, is not being decisive enough. The grass is not always greener on the other side, and the common mistake we often see, especially in this seller's market here in Portugal, is that some buyers will find a property they love but not close on it immediately, because they still want to keep searching for the next best thing. What ends up happening is that someone else closes on the property they loved and they're still unable to make a decision on any other property.
We completely understand that this is a big decision, and of course you want to pick out the best property for you. But this is a seller's market, and you will miss out on a lot of good deals if you don't shift this mindset. As the market evolves, which we have been seeing over and over again, indecisive buyers usually end up being priced out and can no longer afford or even find a property in their desired area.
Did any of these common mistakes surprise you? Do they differ much from the property market in your home country? Please let us know in the comments below. And if you want to know more about how different the property market here in Portugal is, please check out our other videos here.
If you're interested in purchasing property in Portugal and would like our help, or if you feel like you didn't find all the answers to your questions, schedule a one-on-one consultation call with us. We would love to get your questions answered.
And as always, if you found this video helpful, please make sure to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. We post new videos every week.
And don't forget to follow us on TikTok and Instagram too. We're very active there as well. See you in the next one.
See you.
Ciao.